What's up, College Station? I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined by Trey Reeves, our marketing coordinator over at our Parks and Recreation Department. Hi, Trey.
Hey, Grace. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. It is always a fun time when we have parks on the show, especially in the springtime into summer. There is always so much going on. You guys are always very busy, and these exciting things that we're talking about start this month with Starlight.
Yeah, it's a great time to be outside. It's a great time before it gets to be 1,000 degrees this
Yes.
summer. Starlight's coming up very quickly. We have our first concert on April 26th. It's our country show. Jason Bowen and the Stragglers are our confirmed headliner, and we are really excited to bring an act that's literally touring at one of the biggest country concerts in the country here to College Station for free for everybody to attend.
Yes, that is the one thing about the Starlight Music Series that I feel like a lot of people don't realize is that it is completely free. And that is a rare thing nowadays where that sort of entertainment is available for no cost.
Yeah, it's an awesome family-friendly environment. You can bring your coolers, you can bring snacks, food, no glass containers or pets, but everything else pretty much within reason is allowed. If country music's not your thing, we have an R&B concert coming up on May 31st, and then June 14th we'll close things out with Tejano.
Yes, I know the Tejano night is always a big hit. It's such a fun time. And I know in the past there have been different vendors there selling foods. If you don't want to bring your own, can you bring some cash or a credit card to buy from the food trucks?
Yeah, we'll have local food trucks there for every single concert, selling food, selling drinks, all that good stuff. So if you don't want to lug anything in, you can certainly bring cash or card. And we have free parking as well at
Yes.
Post Oak Mall.
So, in addition to the Starlight concerts that we have going on, our registration for summer sports, our spring and summer sports, is open now, and that's for adults and youth sports.
Yeah, we have a ton of fun stuff coming up this summer. If you've never played in one of our adult sports leagues, they're a blast. It's a great way to meet new people. It's a great way to stay active. We have softball, kickball, and basketball coming up this summer. And for youth as well, we have a summer basketball league and some clinics for kids. As soon as school gets out, we know that our parents are looking for a ton of stuff to do with their kids, and our athletics clinics are a great way for them to stay active, or if they're training for a sport in middle school one day, that they can kind of start to build some of those skills.
Yes, and were you a sports person growing
I
up?
was. I grew up in a small town, so we had to play everything
Right.
if we were going to have teams.
Yes,
So
these programs are great. The instructors are great, and it's for any skill level.
any skill level, absolutely. If you've never, there's a football skills camp, a basketball skills camp, and a speed and agility camp. So whether you're just looking to build some more technical skills or the underlying things, there's something for everybody.
Yes. So what else is going on?
Well, we've got summer camp registration open as well. Lincoln Recreation Center has some of our more indoor options, and the Gary Halter Nature Center, if your kid is more of an adventurous type, we have tons of fun opportunities out there. We have a summer camp guide that's going to be coming out really soon to have all of that in one place on our website. And there's a ton of other classes that are just ongoing. We have our fitness pass at the Lincoln Recreation Center. We have a ton of options that come with that: Zumba, pickleball, basketball, tons of ways to stay active and healthy as we get into the summer months.
I know we're talking about a lot today. So let's take a minute to where can people find out more about all of this?
All of our stuff is in our digital Parks Guide Recreation Connection. You can pick up a physical copy at one of our parks locations or the recreation centers, or if you're a digital person, you can just go to cstx.gov/parksguide, and everything's there in one place.
Yes, the Parks Guide is very, very helpful. I'm a physical media person, so I like flipping through the pages, but the digital option is great too, and it links the registration right in the copy of the digital guide.
Right. If you find something that you're interested in, you can just click that listing and it goes right to where you're supposed to register.
And speaking of digital things, that's kind of our world nowadays, is you kind of have to have a digital component with everything. And we have a city nature challenge going on coming up that kind of is a good mix of incorporating your phone while you're out in nature, but doesn't distract from you being out in nature.
Yeah, absolutely. This is coming up. It's a really cool event. That's actually a worldwide event that College Station participates in. It's coming up the last weekend of April, and you can participate in one of our parks. Or the really cool thing about City Nature Challenges, you can participate from anywhere. All you have to do, we're partnering with all the communities around us in the Brazos Valley, and what we're trying to do is document the most wild species. And we're competing, it's a challenge, so we're competing against other cities around our size. We came in second place in Texas last year. Waco just barely beat us, but
Barely.
we're really trying to push to come in first place in Texas this year. So all you have to do is download the iNaturalist app. It's really user-friendly. Anybody can do it. And when you're just out on a nature walk or in one of our parks and you see some wildlife, you can snap a picture of it, document it, and that counts as a species sighting.
So what constitutes as wildlife? Is it animals, plants, both?
Yeah, it can be animal life, plant life, really anything that's not obviously domesticated. So you're
Right.
not taking a picture of your dog or your cat, but if you see a squirrel or a bird or some of our more unique wildlife like foxes and bobcats and things that you can kind of see more out in the country, those are all great as well.
Yes, I know everything seems unique to me still. I think I'm going on year 3 here, but I never grew up with armadillos or lizards or things like that. So whenever I see those, I'm like, oh, that's so cool, when some people might think that's kind of more normal. What is the most unique wildlife that you've seen out in our parks?
Oh, man, we see a lot of... I've been lucky enough to see a bobcat.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it was in one of our parks, but outside of College Station. Lick Creek Park has... I feel like I see something new every time I go there. And I don't always know exactly what I'm looking at, but the cool thing is we have a ton of expert people out there that do this for a living, and they love wildlife, and they can help guide you through exactly what you're seeing.
And to tie in with the wildlife, the World Migratory Bird Day is coming up in May, and the Gary Halter Nature Center, we had Lori on a little while ago talking about how important birds are to Lick Creek, and let's talk a little bit about how World Migratory Bird Day helps with the conservation of our local birds.
Yeah, it's a great time to raise awareness for our migratory bird populations. I'm wearing our repping our bird city today on the show, and we're super proud to be a bird city. It recognizes a city that takes that seriously and wants to conserve our bird populations. It's really important now, especially as birds are flying through. So it's not even necessarily species that are here all the time, but birds that are on their spring migration back to where they're going to spend the warmer months up north, and then they'll come back through in the fall as they're going back south. We all heard fly south for the winter,
yes.
right? That really does happen, and they are flying through. We are a very major pathway for those birds. So Migratory Bird Day helps us raise awareness, helps us educate the community, and it also serves as a reminder that it is time for some of our lights out actions as well. We want to keep encouraging people to turn off all the non-essential lights to help those birds migrate and not run into any trouble.
Okay, so a lot that we talked about
Lots
today.
to talk
so
about,
one
yeah.
more time, where can people find out more?
All this, because I know it's gone in one ear and out the other for a lot of it, cstx.gov/parks guide, or come by our parks office in Central Park or any of our rec centers and you can grab a parks guide.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Trey.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Grace.
Before we go, let's look at our city calendar. The Greater Northgate Small Area Plan Stakeholders Committee meets again on Tuesday, April 15th from 3 to 5 p.m. at City Hall. The next Food Truck Wednesday is April 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Wolfpen Creek Festival site. The food trucks will be announced on April 7th on the city's social media pages. For more information on these and other city activities and events, visit cstx.gov/calendar. And that's what's up.